A summer mesh jacket could easily set you back £300 or £400, but this RST S1 mesh jacket retails at just £149. It comes with D3O armour and a waterproof thermal liner. So that begs a simple question: is budget gear like this all you really need? Okay, so it's hot and today it is about 28 degrees, although there is a nice little breeze blowing, but when you're out on your bike you're looking to keep as cool as possible. Mesh therefore makes perfect sense. However, in a usual UK summer, and certainly if you're riding somewhere in the mountains, we all know that conditions can change pretty quickly and you don't really want to be carrying two jackets with you. And this is where the S1 mesh can play its trump card. Let's start by taking a quick look at the design. It is a fairly simple, unfussy jacket, plain black, which is maybe a bit boring, but having said that, it is pretty neutral. And it's nice to see that RST have been more restrained on the logos with black text rather than colours, which I think make the jacket look a little bit more classy. There's hard caps on the shoulders, which give it a sporty kind of look, but to be honest, I think it's something that works on pretty much any bike. It features Velcro adjustment straps on the biceps, at the wrists and waist, and a low collar with a comfortable soft touch neoprene neck. D3O armour is fitted in the elbows and shoulders as standard, whilst a pocket is included for an optional back protector. Inside you'll also find a removable SinAqua waterproof thermal liner, and that's one of the features that really helps the S1 stand out at this price point. Inside we have 4 pockets, 2 in the lower section and 2 in the chest, and externally there are 2 zipped waist pockets. To round off the features, there's a connection zip to zip this onto any of the RST trousers. The jacket has a relatively relaxed cut and I would say it fits true to size. No need to go up or down when you place an order. On the bike I found it very comfortable to wear, and of course if you're concerned about its CE rating you can upgrade the armour to level 2 all round, including the back and chest. The pockets in the chest that I mentioned before are where the split armour would go. One thing I did want to mention is I did find the sleeves weren't overly long. Now I wouldn't necessarily say they're short, but if you have got long arms that could be an issue for you. It's less of a problem I guess on this kind of jacket when you're wearing it in warm weather, but it is worth noting. In use the airflow is really good and the jacket just feels nice and light and airy, and you start feeling that pretty much as soon as you're rolling. The K300 mesh material feels light and pliable, and there's massive coverage. All of the front and back are mesh, as are the inner section of the arms, and the cooling effect is excellent. Even on a bike with a substantial screen like the Africa Twin, I got plenty of cooling air to my arms and to my upper chest. That large amount of mesh importantly means that warm air can escape easily even when stationary. Onto the waterproof thermal liner, and this is really handy for those times when you might get caught out, but obviously this isn't the sort of jacket that I would choose to wear if I knew there was going to be continuous rain. But if that rain comes down or the temperature suddenly drops, it's really handy to have this tucked away. It scrunches up quite small, doesn't take up a lot of space, but obviously can be a real lifesaver. What it does is offer flexibility on those warm days when the odd shower can really ruin your comfort, as well as offering some added warmth as you head towards a cooler evening or you gain altitude riding in the mountains. So what's my overall opinion? Well, I think this jacket is a fantastic proposition and it highlights the value for money that RST garments can offer. A nicely put together, comfortable mesh jacket with D3O armour and a waterproof thermal liner for £149. What's impressed me the most about this jacket is that nothing about the S1 feels like a compromise. Yes, it's affordable, but it doesn't feel cheap. You do have to ask yourself, for a jacket that's probably not going to be used, certainly in the UK, for any extended period of time, do you actually need it anymore? And I think the answer for a lot of riders is no, you don't. So I hope you found that useful. I'll leave links to the jacket down below if you want to check that out. I also want to thank RST for letting me use this jacket to bring you this review. That is very much appreciated. Although of course I have no affiliation with RST, they don't get to dictate what I say, and as ever they don't get to see this content before you do out there. But if this has raised any questions, then just let me know in the comment section down below, and all that leaves me to say is until next time, thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, stay cool, and I'll see you soon. Bye.